What's up, beautiful people? This is your man Benjamin from OhepoGraphics, and today's video I'll be teaching you how to use the shape tool in Coreldraw. Just like the name implies, shape tool is used for shaping objects and curve in Coreldraw. So if you're going to be doing a lot of reshaping of objects, you do a lot of manipulation, a lot of deformation of curves and shapes in Coreldraw, the shape tool is your run-to guide. Okay, just also have it in mind that you're going to be working with a lot of node, and a node is basically a point on an object or on a curve with anchor points, and it's this anchor point you use in manipulating the way you want the nodes to be. So without wasting much time, I'll be turning my camera around to show you how the tool works. So right now I'm on my workspace. You can see some couple of objects on it. So I'll just go ahead and choose the shape tool. Okay, so and this here is a shape tool. You can see the icon already changed. So just go ahead and click one of the objects on the shape tool. So I would like to call your attention here. So pay due attention to the property bar, because as you click some of this node, the property bars elements, some are going to get enabled, some are going to get disabled. So I just want to I want you to pay close attention there. So first of all, we'll start with the selection mode of the shape tool. So it has two options here, so either rectangular or freehand. So what this means is that it gives when you want to select nodes using the shape tool, it's either you choose in a rectangular form or you choose in a freehand form. So if it's rectangular, if I click and drag, you can see my selection guideline here is going to be a rectangular form. I have selected the nodes in it. So if I do freehand, I can choose that option, to select a particular node or to select group of nodes together in that form. So that's just it. So my favorite though is the freehand, because it gives it that flexibility to do it. So I can just quickly do that. So I can also select all or select some, just like that. So that's it. So if I click a particular node, okay, so this green and you can see these two icons here. So I can either add, so let me say I choose a plain point on the object. So I can, if I click here, I'm going to add a node. So I've added a node. You can see I can also manipulate from there, and even without adding the node, I can still click and still drag. You can see you can deform the object from there. So here you can also remove a node. So if I click here, I'm going to remove that node. The node is no longer there. Alright, so and the next option here is, okay, I'll click the node again. You can see when this is active, I can either break the curve. So you can just use the tooltip text display to know much about some of the features on the property bar. So if I click this, I'm going to break the curve, the object apart. You can see this is the beginning of the line. It's now distorted. So it's now a curve. It's no longer an object again. It's now a curve, just lines. Alright, so let me undo that. So here again, I can also convert to a line. So you can see I've converted these two, in between these two nodes, to a line, or I can convert back to a curve. So if it's a curve, you can see I can try to manipulate it back to a curve. You get it? So that's it. So if I click this node again, you can see this is active because this node is assuming the property of this option. So that's why this is active. So I can either choose this mode for it. This is a smooth node or the symmetrical node. So you can just read through the tooltip text to tell you more about how some of these elements work. So if I choose this, the smooth node, is going to convert that point to a smooth node. So that node is going to be a smooth node. You can see the line, it's smooth. Okay, so if I go back to the crops node, you can see I can do this. So one of the anchor handles or anchor point is going to be fixed, while I can manipulate the other one. Okay, so that's about with that option there. So if I go ahead to choose the symmetrical node, so symmetrical means the two sides of the anchor points are going to act the same. So if I click and drag, you can see, and I hold down my shift, you can see I'm dragging equally. So that's how it works. So anything you do to this anchor, the anchor handle here, is going to assume the other side will also assume the same way. Okay, so that's about it. In fact, these three options here, you have to pay close attention to it because it's very important when using this tool. So, and also again, for you to also successfully use the shape tool your line should be converted to a curve. So let me say I go ahead and I just draw a 2-point line, okay, which is this. You can see I can't if I click on this point, I can't actually manipulate them, so I have to convert to curve. So if I convert to curve, you can see handles on them, and I can start manipulating the line from there, okay. And let me say I also have this again for me to use. Let me just go ahead and create a node here so that I'll be able to walk you through some of the other features. Alright, so let me just convert it to curve and just choose any random one here. Let me just go ahead and do that still. So okay. Alright, so with this option here, I can just go ahead. You can read through. So reverse direction. It's going to reverse the direction. You know, I drew the line from left to right. So if I do that, it's going to reverse the line. It's going to reverse it. So this is I now started from here to here. So this feature is also important when you're trying to use the media tool to convert to artistic stroke. It's very important here. So, and also if we click here, it's going to close the curve. You can see it just immediately closed it, okay. So it looks for the best line fit to close the curve with. So, and that's it. So just basically walk through the properties here to know how the work. So if there's, you can use the tooltip text to know how some of these features work. So that's how you work with the shape tool. So the main thing with the shape tool is just from here to just pay close attention to this region. They are very important. So just basically that's how I use the shape tool in Coreldraw. So guys, there you have it. That's how we use the shape tool in Coreldraw. So I'll challenge you to take your time to go through the tooltip text and some of the elements on the property bar of the shape tool to know how some of those elements work. So it takes a lot of time and practice, but gradually when you dedicate it, you're going to see yourself there. So ensure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button beside it so that I don't miss out on my future video. See you in the next one. Bye.